Julia Blevins.
I have before me a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading as charged to retail fraud second degree, the 1 year. Upon her successful plea, well, she's
Notice how the
agreeing.
judge keeps locking down every single legal element here. Intent, store access, value of the merchandise, permission to take the items. Because a guilty plea isn't just someone saying, yeah, I did it. The court has to build an actual factual record. And honestly, Julia's blunt admission.
I think I'm up a line. You're not agreeing to dismiss anything. The defendant is agreeing to $789.74 restitution. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And also there's a sentence agreement to a prosecutor's deferred sentence.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And where we going?
Oh, did I forget?
Counsel's signature.
Sorry.
No, it's Mr. Cook's fault. Is that yours? I pick a person each day. I'm going to blame for everything.
Very well.
All right. May I have her sworn?
Right. Solemnly sworn the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
State your name, please.
Julia Blevins.
Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to the charge of retail fraud in the second degree. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, $2,000 fine plus court cost. The fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine.
Okay,
You understand
this
that?
courtroom just turned into control chaos. The judge is clearly frustrated with the late attorney, and you can hear the sarcasm creeping in hard. But underneath the humor, this actually matters. Plea hearings are supposed to run with precision, especially when details like the property value determine the severity of the charge itself.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct? Any question regarding those rights?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights if you are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
And also because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes.
On December 24th, 2025, at the location of 3145 Ann Arbor Sleen Road, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, what did you do at Meyer that makes you think that you're guilty?
I loaded like items into a cart and I walked out past the point of
Put merchandise in your cart and tried to walk out of the store without paying?
I did walk out, yeah.
Pardon?
Yes, I did walk out.
Okay, you did walk out of the store. All right. And your intent was to steal that property?
Yes.
Store was open to the public at the time?
Sorry, what?
Was the store open to the public at the time?
Yes.
Do you have anybody's permission to take that property?
No.
And this property you took was the property that was offered for sale by Meyer?
No. I mean, yes.
Okay. Was the aggregate amount or the total amount of the property in excess of $200?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Ma'am, I do have to apprise you that if between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined by the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Counsel, are you aware of any promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
None from the people?
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Dated 20, all right.
Yes.
Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be
At 12.
June 24th, 2026, 12 noon.
0805, if that's still on the deck. If we, I believe we have recognition. Okay.
And Assistant Public Defendant Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Mr. Lester. Mr. Lester, can you please state your name for the record?
Paris Lester.
Okay. I have before me a plea form that actually is in 1034. Plea form indicates he's going to plead to retail fraud, guilty to the charge of retail fraud, second degree, the 1 year offense. Upon his successful plea to that charge, the prosecutor's office will dismiss the case ending in 1036 in its entirety. The defendant is agreeing to make restitution in both cases for the factual circumstances of both cases 1034 and 1036. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That is correct, Your Honor.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your name, please.
Paris Lester.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead to the charge of retail fraud second degree. Is that your understanding?
And this is where the hearing suddenly shifts from retail fraud to something much bigger. The defendant casually drops that Texas want him extradited, and the judge immediately pumps the brakes because extradition is a completely separate legal process involving warrants, paperwork, and interstate procedure. But what makes this moment fascinating is the judge's response.
Yes, sir.
That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $2,000 fine plus court costs. The fine could be increased if 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. You understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Still wish to plead guilty then to that charge? How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Now you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as that form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
You on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
And also because you believe that you are indeed guilty?
Yes.
On the date of April 10th, 2025, at the location of 771 Airport Boulevard, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, what did you do at the Costco that makes you think that you're guilty?
Stole something. At the
Okay.
Costco.
So you went into Costco?
Yeah, I stole something for the camp that we stay at. I stay.
Okay, so you tried to leave those premises with property that you didn't pay for, is that correct?
I believe they got it back. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay. The store was open to the public at the time, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you tried to walk out with this property.
Yes, sir.
You didn't have anybody's permission to take that property out, did you?
No.
And this property that you took out, this was property that was offered for sale by Costco?
Yes.
All right. And was the value of that property in excess of $200?
No, I don't think it was. I'm not sure. I think it was like.
Are we doing it based upon a prior, or are we doing it, and you may not know, then you can,
I'm not sure.
hang on a second, sir. It's down on value.
Second side. I was stepping in for Mr. Brown because he was out for the moment. So
Pardon?
I was stepping in for Mr. Brown because he's out of the hallway for the moment. So was him and Mr. Cook are talking. So I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Trying to see if we have a copy of the complaint. I apologize, I don't remember.
I have a copy of the complaint. The complaint is indicating that this is based upon value of $200 or more, but the defendant saying
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's not.
If I can just let's like both are
Yeah.
around really quick.
I just don't have the report.
I'm not sure. I just wasn't sure.
It's okay. Well, Mr. Mack, nice of you to show. You know, I'm sick and tired of these Wednesdays. I won't address you directly. while they're looking at that, I'll just say. So where first thing I'm informed when I come to the door is Mr. Mack will be late. And I go, why? Says because he decided he would rather go see Judge Perry before he comes and sees you. And I said, oh, so when I got informed of that today, I was just thinking to myself, that's probably like the 8th time that's happened. Yeah, no, that's how I feel.
I'm sorry to inform you that Judge Valvo was substituted for Judge Perry today. And
Oh, so that's why, even more so.
It was not related. Judge Valvo will have related to Judge Perry. Simpson.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna keep saying, you keep that excuse coming.
But, and I don't want to have to say that, so that's right.
Okay.
Does the court have a copy of the defendant's CCA?
I do not. So it might be based upon prior. Is what
Access that right now.
I know.
In the interest of expediency and frankly,
I'd rather have it done. No, we'll work through this with you. Can you run one? All right. Because the value is not.
correct. And so I'm wondering if on the complaint it was miswritten as the 200,000 as opposed to being the second sort of reach of the draw.
It's charged 200 to 1,000 in this case. And let me just. See if on the other complaint. No, it's not listing prior at all.
Your Honor, I'm apologetic to hold the court on this. Would we be able to pass this matter while I try and get a copy of the report for this case, the retail fraud second?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Why don't we take him back if we could? All right. What are we doing? And state your name again, sir.
Paris Lester.
All right. We were in the middle of a plea right near, actually near the end, taking the factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we cleared up. I believe the value was the issue that I think that we're ready to clear that one up.
All right. Sir, was the value of the property that you removed from Costco's, was that in excess of $200? Do you know?
We were stipulated to the value in the report, which is $399.99.
Gotcha.
Okay, then yes.
So,
I got you.
I didn't know.
all right. Sir, I do have to advise you that if between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined under the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count to the retail fraud second degree. Case ending in 1036 is hereby ordered dismissed. Defendant referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing will be June 10th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Yeah.
I got an extradition. I'm just gonna be real with you. I got an extradition to Texas, man. I gotta go out.
Got what?
I got an extradition to Texas, and I'm really just waiting for Texas to come pick me up. And I was just hoping to get these misdemeanors cleared out today. That way I could just get on the road to Texas, if possible. Because I have done like multiple months.
Waive extradition?
Huh? Excuse me?
Did you waive extradition to Texas?
No, they said they wanted me. That's why I'm here to begin with. The cops came and found me to take me to Texas, basically. But when I got here, I still had this misdemeanors to clear up. So that's why I'm here in court today. I was hoping to just get it cleared up today and
I'm sure you were,
get on the road.
but I don't. You know anything about that, Mr. Buckman?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
All right,
I
well,
believe, Mr. Brown was the, like I said, I was standing in for Mr. Brown at the moment when doing this plea, so I'm not sure Mr. Brown's aware, but I'm not.
Yeah, because
we know anything about that, Mr. Brown?
I met with him Monday or Tuesday. He explained that there was a hold from Austin, Texas for
Yeah.
him. But I haven't been able to verify whether the demanding state Texas has sent the necessary governor's paperwork.
Governor's warrant.
Exactly.
So we don't even know that there's a governor's warrant.
And I don't know if he was arraigned on the extradition in circuit court where it normally occurs.
I don't know anything. I've never been extradited anywhere.
Yeah. She's a rare occurrence for people. So I'm not gonna do anything different because I don't know the status of that. So.
So before any of that can move forward,
Sir,
I'm just
what
asking.
did I just say?
Oh, you said you weren't going to do anything about it. I'm just asking.
That's right. And so even if you ask a question and I answer it, I'm still not gonna do anything.
No, that's
I
fine.
don't
That's fine.
no information.
But you're the clarification source. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to.
No, I'm a judge. You can get clarification on that. I can't get all of that stuff.
I've been asking.
I'm done. Thank you.